Juwan next to Don.
Simple my STEEZ, know what the fuck going on.
And then we bring you round 2 recaps. So I'm gonna let y'all know right now, we was out of town during this week. That's why we didn't go live. So we didn't catch all the games how we wanted to. So we might not be as knowledgeable as we should be this week, but we still got y'all.
For sure, for sure.
So let's get into it, man. Any major takeaways this week?
I don't really have anything out of the blue, but I was surprised by how entertaining footy was last week, but this week was just as entertaining in my opinion. And this might just be a better year overall, so I am just looking forward to seeing what 2022 can bring us. So it's very exciting, man. Very exciting.
So my major takeaway, I'm gonna have to go with Buddy's 1,000 goal, man. Just seeing the goal, seeing everybody run out on the ground. It really lets you know there's no other sport like this, man. You ain't gonna catch that nowhere else. I'm glad I was watching this sport and knew what was going on when this happened. So that's my shit. I did have a second one, slick a little bit. I am also surprised at how tight the competition is this year. Just throw that bitch in there real quick.
Yep.
Shit. Getting into the games, man. First we had the Dogs and Carlton, man. Go ahead and sing my little song real quick, let you go off. So this game, bro, Carlton surprised me, bro. Carlton might be them guys, bro. I was really expecting the Dogs to dominate them in the midfield, and that's not how the game went at all. Carlton came out and really looked like the more dominant team, especially the first half. Midfield was just crazy, bro. Walsh, Cripps, Kennedy, them boys was crazy in there together. But they almost folded the second half. Dogs, I'll give it to the Dogs, bro. The Dogs had a more consistent game throughout all 4 quarters. But what Carlton did in that first half, the Dogs just couldn't come back from it. So y'all did that, man. Y'all did that.
Carlton Blues, I'm proud of y'all, man. But I do got a little shit I got to deal with y'all with about, man. Like you said, everything you said was spot on, man. The first half, we were looking very good, particularly in the second quarter, I'll say. First quarter, Charlie popped it off with a snap kick across the body, man, deep one. And I'm like, damn, all right, Charlie, maybe this is what we about to see, finally see Harry and Charlie compliment each other like I've been asking, man. And that's what the fuck they gave us, for real, especially the first half. They both finished, Charlie finished with 5, Harry finished with 4, but Harry kind of dried out a little bit in the second half, but he had a dominant first half, absolutely. I think he had like 10 marks. And it just looked like a well-oiled machine as far as the midfield going through the center bounce. And it just looked like something that like what we seen last year with the top teams. And it made me proud, bro. It was like, all right, if this is what we can do, this is very good, man. We really made Bont quiet. Bont had like 19 touches the whole night. Meanwhile, 4 midfielders had 30-plus touches. So they couldn't really get their hands on the footy. I mean, Jack McCray did, Treloar did. They had their games. They always will get the touches, but we really put a good job on Bont. And like I said, the second quarter, it was like Cripps was just looking like a Brownlow medalist. Is just looking like what I expected him from what they say he was in 2018, 2019. So, and what you say also was true about the second half, bro. The Dogs, they made a run in the third and the fourth quarter. And really, what got them was their set shot inaccuracy at the end of the game. They just couldn't buy a goal, man. It was just a struggle for them. And even when we were having struggles with the kick in, bro, we could not kick it in. We couldn't buy a mark to save our lives, just to buy some time, just to get some composure, just to get the team settled down. And the Dogs were on our ass. And if that game had been on a couple more minutes, man, I can't say for sure that we would have won that game. So that's a little bit that I have to say about being worried about Carlton going forward. Especially with their forward issues that they still have, though. Ugo Hagen had a couple moments and shit like that, but once they have Bruce and all them, if we were to play them again, we would have to make sure we neutralize all that. But we did eat on the Dogs' back line. I am still worried about them going forward. We'll just continue to keep on watching that and go fucking Blues, man. Let's keep the momentum going against Hawthorn next week. God damn, what's going on?
So next game we got Sydney versus Geelong. What you thought about that, man?
It was a pretty good game, bro. Sydney just continues to prove that they're a top team in the league, bro. They just Isaac Heaney went fuck off. I think he had 5 goals. It was really the Isaac Heaney show as well as the Buddy show. But Isaac Heaney, he had like 4 goals off his left, bro. And I don't even think that's his preferred fucking flip. Yeah. That nigga's going crazy, bro. Like Isaac Heaney, he's one of the best players in the comp, man. You just have to say it. But to start the game, I think Geelong really did. They did start the game well. They had strong pressure going on early in the game, and it kind of threw Sydney off a little bit. I think they had some miscues. The kicking efficiency wasn't the best, but they got better and better as the game went on. But Geelong was able to just stay in there for a little bit. I will say Sydney's back line, Paddy McCartan, he had a hell of a first quarter, bro, as far as the intercept marks, and he was holding it down. But it kind of, him and his brother both were fine, but they kind of dried up as the game went on. So just a little bit more consistency from the young bull. And Geelong was having the inside 50s and they went dry, and Sydney took advantage of that. I think it was to like 10 minutes plus for Geelong to even get another inside 50. So they're really dominating the contested possessions and everything for the most part. Dangerfield was nowhere to be found, but they did go on a run and Dangerfield was there. And really at the end of the day, they were just hanging on until Sydney really just said, all right, let's just whoop their ass. Let's just go ahead and get this moment out the way for Buddy. Let's go ahead and blow him out. And that's what they kind of did in the third and fourth quarter. And Buddy got his moment, and 20,000 people met him right there in the middle of the field, bro. And it was a very good spectacle to see. I'm glad we didn't come too late for this scene, especially if they say this is going to be the last 1,000 goal scorer. So salute to Buddy, salute to Sydney. I'm not writing Geelong off for this performance. I think you did play the best team in the comp right now, so I don't think it was too much on them, but it's all Sydney, man.
All right, man. For me, I do think Sydney dominated most of this game. They ran around too much. I do think Geelong's age showed this game. It's like they were just leaving. They were leaving somebody open, and that's kind of what it was. Sydney had kind of always had that one person open, just in the pocket, just sitting there waiting, because of how much they run around. And I think they were kind of just confusing Geelong, and Geelong couldn't keep up. And then once that one man couldn't keep up, Sydney just made the right kick. And I think they really got in the groove of that early and kind of got the lead. And then once they got a good hold of the lead in the second half, that's when they started focusing on Buddy and getting Buddy his shit. Buddy, he definitely did try some fast shit for his 1,000th goal, but just being a snap, I think it was short.
Heaney might have got that goal.
I think Heaney scored off that bitch.
Of course he fucking did.
Hell yeah, because Heaney was going off.
For no fucking reason, bro. It's like he didn't fuck with Buddy, bro. It's like, Buddy, I don't fuck with you, bro.
I think it was a time where Buddy was kind of calling for it, and he went for the long kick instead of just handballing to Buddy. That shit was funny. Yeah.
That was earlier in the game too. He was trying to get going.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Buddy shit was just crazy. That kind of just throughout the whole course of the game, not throughout the course, but just that's just where all the attention was. That's what everybody was waiting for. Yeah. The crowd was crazy, saying Buddy, like it was just such a crazy scene, just something I don't think you gonna get in any other sport, bruh. So it was just crazy, the whole situation, all the people on the ground. Mm-hmm. I think it was like 37,000 people around there in the stadium total, and like they said around 20,000 on the ground. That shit's just.
You seen somebody had truck stick to you, bro?
Yeah.
But they said it was an accident, but he said that the Geelong players were getting targeted by some of the fans out there, so they was probably just drunk talking shit. Somebody fucking was spreading ashes on the ground.
Yeah, it's just something.
Bruh, you still got a game to finish, bruh.
Hey man, but that is the realest homie ever, bro.
On God, bro.
That's the realest nigga ever, bro.
On God, bro. And I will say though, I will say out of all the performances from Geelong, it looked like Brad Close was the one who was trying the hardest, bro. And there's a similar player, in my opinion, that happened this week in a loss that you can just tell that they wanted it, but it couldn't quite do it. So shout out to Brad Close. Geelong, maybe you'll win next week, man.
It's tough.
Next game, bro, we got Collingwood versus Adelaide, and I believe this was at MCG, wasn't it?
Yep. So for this game, I'm really confused on this game. This game I really only watched the mini for, and Collingwood was just turning up. I was like, "Who the fuck is this, bro?" Like I was sitting there trying to watch the mini. I did not understand what was going on. I just haven't had a chance to go back and watch the full game because the mini just didn't make no sense. I'm just seeing Collingwood get the ball, score, running from back 50 to 450, getting goals. I'm like, who the fuck is these niggas, bro? I'm gonna have to go back and watch this because I'm still fucking baffled on this shit. I'm looking at the stats and shit, bro.
I had to watch this game.
Yeah, bro, go ahead because this shit is crazy to me, bro.
So, I watched this game and I did tip Collingwood to win this game. I didn't think Adelaide would shit the bed as much as they did. It was at least a decent game early on. Adelaide had a great ball movement. They had early forward entries. They were doing everything right. The midfield was moving. But they just couldn't really buy a goal at the time because Collingwood's back line was really poised for the most part. That's what they were doing. They were able to just quick little handball, get it out of there, bro, and clearance kick, and boom, they're safe. And you see Adelaide's been kind of relying on Josh Shelley, their rookie, bro. So it's like, obviously, every game that's not going to happen. He did show me that he's a little bit more of a complete package rather than just a set shot scorer, just goal scorer. He got a little finesse to him, so shout out to him. But Adelaide, they also were turning the ball over at the same time. So if you're turning the ball over, Collingwood was making them pay, bro. That's what it was, bro. Collingwood in transition was looking real good in this game, and they really were just taking over, bro. Adelaide just seemed to be out of place when Collingwood was on the move. And the funny thing about this game, bro, there was a fucking fire at the MCG, bro. There was a fucking alarm started going up. And then it turns out there was like a fire in like a food outlet or some shit, but they called it a false alarm, so folks didn't know what the fuck was going on. But Adelaide did try to counteract that, the counterattack from Collingwood. They tried to slow the ball down a little bit, and it kind of worked. Adelaide went on a run. They were able to handle Collingwood's pressure, and Collingwood just wasn't composed enough inside 450 to get some goals at some time. Adelaide put in a strong effort in the third quarter, bro, but at the end of the day, Collingwood just ended up whooping their ass just with sheer class and skill, bro. The talent was just a major difference on the list, as expected, in my opinion, and that's just what it was for the most part. Sidebottom had a real good game, bro. Also, they lost Rory Sloan to injury, but they'll get Rory Larrett back. So you lose a Rory, you get a Rory. Lose a Rory, get a Rory. That shit sounds stupid as fuck. But yeah, that's that game right there. The Essendon Brisbane game, that's the next one on the list.
So this game, Essendon, this is another mini game, but I kind of understood this one a little bit more. Essendon really had a good ass first quarter, man. 2 meter Peter turned up.
2 meter goddamn Peter, boy.
Well, they had got Stringer back too,
and he made an immediate impact.
Mm-hmm. So Essendon definitely looked good during that first quarter, and then Brisbane just came back, kept pressure on, that's the difference between the top teams and the kind of teams struggling. They're gonna keep that consistent play style like throughout the whole game. They're just gonna they're not gonna fall off at any quarter. They're just gonna run it straight through, and that's just what Brisbane did, and they were able to stay consistent when Essendon was having they're really high up on that first quarter. They just couldn't, balance that back out. And Brisbane just had that balance the whole time, and that's where Brisbane just came out on top, man. That's how it is, man.
That's a fact. And Stringer did have an immediate impact, bro. And he had a couple goals. I think he had more than one goal. I know for one for a fact. But McGrath was looking real good early in the game, too. Like he kind of was just like, all right, we're not about to put out the same shit performance we did last week in the midfield. They've been talking shit about us. We got turned up. The ground was slippery this game. A lot of people were falling over and slipping over, so it was kind of sloppy a little bit. Like you said, Essendon had the pressure on Brisbane in the beginning, but Brisbane's defense didn't break. That was really the name of this game. Defense, bend don't break, and that's what Brisbane did for the most part. Essendon was giving up free kicks, but they were winning in the middle, bro. At one point, they were kind of beating Brisbane in the middle. What the fuck going on, bro? I don't really see this happening because I do respect Oscar McInerney. As goofy as he looks, he is a good ruck. And he can dominate in there at times. 2 meter Peter was turning up, bro. I was surprised. Our coach is an Essendon fan. He calls me average, so I'm going to have to talk shit after this. But Lockie Neal kind of turned up in the second half, bro. He really just took the midfield in his hands as far as Brisbane's midfield. I don't think anybody else really was with him as much. He did say he looked at Cripps' performance and said he was motivated, he was fueled by it, so salute to Cripps. And just for motivating other players and giving us the best competition that we can get in the league. And I will say, though, it was a back and forth third quarter a little bit. Essendon made it a little competition, but I think Lucky knew it ended up just being too much. And Essendon just had some set shot woes that they couldn't get over. They were never really accurate through the whole game. And there was a stalemate at one point where either team really wasn't getting shit going. They're kind of facing off, and then Brisbane took over at the end. So what the best teams do, just like you said, bro, you really just stay there into the competition, and then whenever it's time, you got to attack, man. So.
Yeah. All right, man. Next game we had Port versus Hawks. This is another game that didn't make any fucking sense, bro. These two teams in this position, bro, just doesn't make any.
No, bro.
Even on the ladder, because I wasn't even thinking about that, bro.
It's completely flopped. Well, not Port, but
pretty much, bro. Both had Hawks at the very bottom of the ladder, and they're number one right now.
I did.
And then Port, bro. Port, I don't even know who they are right now, bro. So many teams are just taking on a whole new identity this year.
Undone what the research we did last year.
I'm trying to tell you, Port is just looking ass, bro. They and the Hawks. I'll give it to the Hawks before I take it away from Port, bro. Hawks, they just look accurate, bro. They were just moving the ball well. They just were able to. The way they just pushed the ball down the field each time to the 450 and were just taking advantage of all the opportunities. And that's the thing we get on teams a lot for not taking advantage of the opportunities they get. The Hawks were just on fire, bro. They was hitting like everything, all types of angles, bro. It's just Port couldn't do shit against it. Port couldn't even stop them from getting the ball to the 450, and then them boys, once they got it there, they were automatic that night. So, man, really hats off to the Hawks, bro. I might have to reevaluate y'all on my goddamn ladder, because if y'all can keep doing that consistently, especially against a team like Port, but I'm gonna have to reevaluate with Port too, because I thought y'all were gonna be better than this, but y'all are losing even teams I consider out of the 8.
We'll see next week with Adelaide, bro.
Yeah, we'll see next showdown for sure. But I really don't know where to judge Port right now. It's crazy seeing them at 18 on the ladder, though. That's for sure.
Oh, God. The Hawks really, for the most part, bro, were just moving too fast for Port. Port was not able to really set their defense, get set how they want to. They were playing competitive in the beginning, but I think they just couldn't finish while they were inside the 50. They were, and at the end of the game, they did win the major categories as far as contested possessions and the clearances and all that, but it really was just the efficiency of the Hawks that were able to beat Hawthorn. To beat Port. I think at one point, I don't want to get the stat wrong. It said at one point in the game, though, it was a goal was averaging about like 18 disposals for the Hawks, and then for Port, it was either 40 or 60, one of the two, guaranteed. But that is, regardless of what it is, that's over double for at least, bro. So that's a mistake, bro. That's terrible. You can't do that. I think Port could have defended better. And I know they're hampered by injuries. They were without Lear this game. Trent McKenzie got hurt on top of the injury that he faced last week. Robbie Gray was out. So you did have Fantasia was out. You do have some players that was out. But at the end of the day, we've been complimenting the team and on paper and how you're stacked in every position, and everybody's getting hurt. So there's really not any excuse for that. Speaking of injury, Wingard got hurt that game. And I will say, Mitch Lewis, bro, like I did not have a standout forward for me for Hawks before the season, but Mitch Lewis just keeps doing it. Gunston too. Both of them turned up again. This is the second week in a row. And just to give some credit to some players, like I said, the player that was like Brad Close was Powell Pepper. Sam Powell Pepper this week, he really turned up. He tried to put the team on his back. He had 3 goals in the third quarter himself, so he was turning the fuck up, bro. He put a lot of effort. You seen him just crawling on the ground at times when other players were just standing around. So I feel for him. I hope the team can find some success for him, or at least make it up to him for that poor performance, to be honest. And they fell apart in the fourth quarter and ended up getting their ass whooped. So it was really terrible. And like you said, they were hitting everything. Hawks didn't miss a set shot this game, 13 for 13. So you can't be doing that shit, bro. You gotta make sure you win not just the major categories, but you gotta make sure that you make the other team inefficient as well. So failed to do that. So Hawks, Carlton, we got you next week. Hopefully it'll be a good game. Well, hopefully we whoop their ass, but if the Hawks keep up with us next week, man, this is gonna be a scary scene for the Hawks. Imagine if they win, bro.
Crazy, man.
Next game, bro, we got the Gold Coast Suns versus the Melbourne Demons. This was at Metricon Stadium, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So this game pretty much had the result I expected. Melbourne beating Gold Coast. I kind of wanted that to. I kind of thought that was gonna happen, but Gold Coast, they won't no hoes, bro. Gold Coast definitely is stuck in this game. They definitely showed me they're a team that's fighting for it. The way they were playing, they could fight for a spot in the 8, bro. Just off this game, at least, they definitely was moving the ball well. They was keeping the game close, bro. I think the final score is the biggest gap the whole game, bro.
Yeah, it was pretty straight, bro.
Toot Miller,
Yep.
he's that. I hate to say this, but I would really like to see Toot Miller on a better team. Bro,
They can't afford that though.
They can't. Gold Coast definitely needs some, but I really just want to see what his true potential is because I think he has to do too much with Gold Coast. So I really want to see like if he could just focus on what he's good at, what he would do. But I feel like with Gold Coast, he's having to do almost everything. But beside the point, bro, Gold Coast is looking good against last year Premier Champions. So I'm gonna definitely be looking out at them a little different going forward this season. I don't got too much to say about this game, man.
I really enjoyed this game, to be honest with you. I did fuck with it. Partially because the game started with Melbourne really on their back heels, bro. They weren't looking comfortable in the beginning of the game. First quarter, Toot Miller and Matt Rowell really were going off. They had great first quarters. Toot Miller specifically, I think he had 17 disposals in the first quarter of damn so. And I think there was a passage of play where he was in a back 50 and kicked it and whatever and made his way all the way to 450 and shot but missed it. Obviously, if you expend that much energy, you doing everything, all that shit. You have 2 midfielders on the whole damn team. It's like, got some shit struggling right now, but they were competitive at the stoppages. They were even beating Melbourne at stoppages, bro. Jared Witts is showing me that he might be a ruck that I can really respect because he went against Nick Nat last week. And now he went against Gone this week. And I think I forgot who they're playing next week, but I think they might be going against another one. But yeah, it was about 12 inside 50s before Melbourne even got their first goal, bro. So they were getting there, but it was just taking a while, bro. Melbourne wasn't looking as easy as it usually does when they are clicking. So but what happened was that after 15 minutes in was when they got their first goal, bro. So keep that in mind. And then they kicked like 3 straight goals when Toot Miller was on the bench. So that goes to show, and back what you said about Toot Miller is like he needs to do everything. He's there. I think they may have made a mistake though. Gold Coast they took Rowell off the ball and they really just put him on a tag job on Oliver, Clayton Oliver. Didn't really work. He really kind of had a great game. They even tried to tag Matt Rowell on Petrarca. He had a great game as well. So just you tried to do whatever you could. Didn't quite work. I will say you did play a good game though. I think Melbourne did, as the game went on, they did continue to look more comfortable at the stoppages and they started dominating. And Gold Coast couldn't quite get that advantage, whether if that was the tag job or not. And Gold Coast, when they did go inside 50, they had it, but they had good ball movement, but it was just the shanks. They had turnovers, and it was just. They even threw the ball a couple times. It just was tough for them to give themselves the scoring opportunities due to Melbourne's defense as the game went on. So, but I will say, bro, not Brandon. I'm pretty calling Brandon. Alex Davies, bro, the half Japanese, half Tasmanian, dude, that boy is smooth, bro. This is 3rd game in the AFL, bro. That boy is smooth.
He has some goals, ain't it?
I think he might have goals, and he turned up on y'all last week, bro. He just got like he loves that spin move, bro, and he be killing that shit, bro. He had boy be looking nice, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And another funny thing about this, bro. Do you see Brayshaw get whacked, bro? Brayshaw got helmet Brayshaw, bro. He got laid out by a Gold Coast player, bro. And that boy was like laid out. He did like a 720 in the air, And then we seen him come back on the field without his helmet, bro. That shit was so hilarious, bro. That nigga got fucked up if he forgot his helmet, bro.
That shit is funny as fuck.
So yeah, man. Gold Coast, I'm starting to respect y'all on the tips. Oh, they play GWS, bro. Yeah. I don't think it's far from, that's a tip video, but Gold Coast. You're not out of the possibility, man.
Alright, man. Next game we got North versus West Coast Eagles, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and go first with y'all boys, man. West Coast North, bro. I wasn't able to watch this whole game. I did the mini, so we obviously had split up some games. From what I did see, I noticed instant Rioli and Ryan connection. They had a nice first quarter. They had a nice game overall, but first quarter I was surprised to see how well they worked together. Just considering how much time they had missed. You know, Ryan being injured sometimes, and Rioli obviously had a 2-year break. And it was really nice to see. I like to see SPS in the midfield. I just like to see him get consistent and more time and where he wants to play. I think North was up. All right, so the thing about West Coast, excuse me, bro, my bad. North really was playing good, bro. Like, the theme of North was play good, majority of the first quarter, and then let West Coast peek in the door at the end. They did that for the first 2 quarters, bro. And I just would like West Coast to be able to get a little bit more consistency throughout the majority of the quarter rather than just the end, because they were able to find it. But it's like then you're getting a break, and now after quarter time, after halftime, the coach for John Noble, he gets to be able to make adjustments according to time. So it's like, all right, I think y'all need to get right there. Well, there was 4 major injuries this game, bro. I think like 2 people put Francis Horn's face got stomped out. Goldstein's face got stomped out. Terrence Thomas got hurt. He was out the game. And there was another one.
John Nelson got hurt before the game started.
Yeah, exactly. He was laid out too.
Nah, he got hurt before the game started in practice.
Yeah, laid out. Well, they be calling that shit. They be calling it laid out. Like if it's very late, they be like, nah, bro, you ain't finna play. Type shit. I don't know.
Facts. Late. You saying laid out?
Laid out.
I thought you said laid out.
Oh.
Yeah, no, nigga ain't get laid out.
No. Speaking of laid out, Zeeble tried to do Ryan dirty, bro. He tried to hit Ryan in his ribs, bro. Right there. Yes, front on contact, wasn't even going for the ball. Wonder if he'll get charged. He may have already. I'll have to go look at it. But Larkey also went off to 6 goals. And North almost dropped this game. It would have been a shame if they did, because West Coast had a lot of people out. But salute to West Coast. They made it a gritty game. Could have won at the end, but it was just a little bit too much.
Yeah, man. All right, man. West Coast Eagles all day, every day, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not too disappointed at this game. We had 14 different players from last week play this week. We had 5 players get their jersey handed to them right before the game started.
That's some top-up players?
Hell yeah. Actually, I think they were just from the Waffle.
Okay.
Yeah. Same shit, basically. But we didn't play too bad, bro. So the thing about this game, it was just so many different levels of class in this game. Like, it's like Rioli would get the ball, you see some fucking amazing shit. Rioli to go, bro. Rioli best player in the league. Fuck what everybody talking about. Rioli get the ball, you see some fire shit, bro. This nigga did some crazy ass shit, bro. I mean, I'm gonna be doing some Rioli shit, bro. This nigga had the ball coming at him. He just jumped up, hit this bitch between his legs to his team. That nigga crazy as fuck. That nigga had the ball up here, dropped this. That nigga crazy as fuck. But anyways, Rioli had the ball, Brian had the ball, SPS had the ball. You see some fire shit going on, man. Shout out to all of our indigenous players out on that bitch, cause y'all niggas fire, bro. Let's go in good hands with y'all niggas, bro. No cap. But, and then you would get the ball to one of these rookie niggas that playing their first game in the AFL and they don't know what to do with it. Yeah, they try to kick it back to somebody that does. It's just going back and forth to like Hearn and this new kid that just put on his jersey first time, bro. It's like, damn. But then you see Rioli coming down doing some fire shit, man. Doing good ass tackles, bro. Somebody, man, then y'all trying to say, man, the league trying to say Rioli dirty, bro. Rioli saved the nigga this game. Somebody tried to run into Rioli. He caught him in mid-air. Grown ass man, twice his size, man. Mid-air and put him down gently. Because Rioli's a good guy. Now listen, West Coast. Bro, we can win games, bro. once our players get back, bro, we got a lot to build on, bro. This is really some exciting footy that I've been seeing for West Coast these past 2 games, and we're just playing with random players each time, bro. So I'm excited for the future. This was a tough loss against North, bro. But North played good. North played tough, but man, I feel like we had better players on the ground for sure, but they just had a complete team, man. You can't win when you got 14 players that didn't play last week playing this week, man. So
tell you what, y'all niggas got hurt at the right time because y'all don't want to be playing nobody else other than Gold Coast and fucking North when you hurt, bro. So let them niggas come back, and then let that chemistry come back too. All right, man. Next game was the GWS Richmond game. I didn't get to watch this game. I wanted to watch it, but I will go back and watch it. I'll go first since you got more of a rundown. So coming into this game, they had no Dusty, obviously, with the personal reasons. No Prestia, he got hurt. So the midfield's a little damaged. No Rewalt, he didn't play. Matthew Parker was a replacement. So they got a couple odds stacked against them. But Richmond pressure looked good, bro, from what I've seen. Richmond pressure, they definitely were able to try and speed GWS up. And GWS has had to face some tough pressure this past 2 weeks. We went against Sydney last week, and GWS was able to match that pressure, but I don't think they were able to do the same thing this week. With Richmond, it was just kind of a different level as far as them trying to handle it. I think Richmond was able to force turnovers. They were able to they weren't as accurate as they would have liked in the beginning, but they were getting a lot of the footy from what I've seen. Like I said, they weren't able to finish. Bolton right out the gate looked very amazing. Just the center bounce just came right out the gate and missed the shot. But I would have loved if he would have made that shit. He was doing some Rioli type shit, man. No cap, bro. Playing soccer skills and evading and doing all this crazy stuff. Canelio looked good, looked comfortable. He making me eat my words on him. I thought he might have been written off all the way, but he looks decent. Questionable ass goal review, bro, on that game when the shit was over the line.
Oh yeah.
And they said it wasn't, bro. That was some absolute bullshit. Fucking Davies, who pretty much locked Buddy up last week, he pulled a hamstring, which was tough. Ran all the way down the field, diving tackle, fucked his hamstring up. Richmond took off in the second quarter with 6 goals, made up for what they did in the first quarter as far as not being able to be accurate. And they were just stayed ahead the rest of the whole game, bro. And it was GWS's inaccuracy as far as when the opportunity came. And they had their period in the third quarter, and Toronto looked good, but it just, at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough, bro. Just too inconsistent of an effort against a team that brought too much pressure for you. So that's how I read the game.
All right. So looking at this game, I am more of a fan of GWS. So I was looking at these boys thinking they were gonna win this. I was disappointed, bro. I was definitely disappointed in their effort more than anything. So this past weekend, I just played forward for the first time, and bro, it made me realize. Well, somebody got on my ass for not making leads. I usually play on the back. I'm not making no leads. So I don't think about making no leads at all, type shit. And then, somebody got on my ass about doing that shit, playing forward, and I started doing that, started getting the ball, like, oh shit, I need to do that for real. So after that game, I'm watching GWS Richmond. GWS doing what the fuck I'm doing, bro. They just fucking standing there, waiting, calling for the ball and shit, bro. And I
waiting for Toby.
I'm trying to tell you, like, these boys is not moving. They're not making no effort to get the ball or anything. And, bro, she was crazy how important I see that as now. But at the same time, I understand it because I see GWS as a defensive team. So they used to playing off of the player more so than off of the ball. And that's going to be a problem with GWS going forward, creating their own offense. That's something they'll definitely need to do because these are 2 high-pressure teams, bro. And I think Richmond is a little better at controlling that pressure. They're a little faster. They've been doing this game plan a little longer from what I can tell, bro. And you just ain't going to beat Richmond at their own game. And it showed. And GWS just got outplayed, bro. They really got outclassed. They just look slow out there. Yeah. I just want to see Toby back. But they do need Toby. They need Toby to do them runs, bro. They need Toby to They need the barometer if you don't mind, because the boys was just looking not in the game for real.
Make it easier on Himmelberg too.
Himmelberg, yeah.
Himmelberg was going straight.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's really that game, man.
Last game of the round, we had Saints Frio, battle of the inconsistent shots. And it exactly what the fuck we thought it was, bro. I didn't get to watch the whole game, but I was able to get a good read on this game. They had no Mundy, so there was no Mundy. So Brayshaw was kind of out here there by himself. Obviously, no Fife. So he had to run a lot of the midfield work. The first quarter, Max King was getting beat the fuck up, bro. He took a hard hit. He got slammed to the ground, and it was like, damn, Max, you got big for what? And he really couldn't get shit going early on in the game. I think Frio was up early, but they just lost a little composure from what it looked like. One of my main criticisms last week with the Saints was that none of their small forwards got involved at all, and they did a real damn good job this week. I think Higgins finished with 4 goals. Butler was there. They were just putting pressure on there, whether it was pressure on offense or pressure on defense from that forward spot. Sean Darcy got hurt, which was his first game back from injury, had some type of ankle injury, so hope he'll be straight. And he was effective because he had this one moment where in the 450 where he had a nice little tap to Brayshaw, and he had a banana right there. And so he's one of the emerging rucks, so you definitely want him on your side, especially with a beat-up midfield. You get a beat-up ruck and midfield, I think that's kind of asking for a disaster to happen, especially with a team who's already inconsistent. And Frio lived in the fourth half for a lot of this game, but, well, not a lot, but for periods of this game, but they just couldn't buy a goal in the first half, bro. King ended up finishing with 4. He started turning up in the third quarter. He really kind of got mad. He's like, oh, y'all beat me the fuck up. And he did that, so... It was really, at the end of the day, it was just too much Saints offensive pressure on the Frio defense, in my opinion. And I just don't know Frio to be a strong defensive team like that anyway. So if anybody can get up on Frio and they're giving you the opportunities with missing the shots, then the door's open. So Saints took the door.
Yeah. Frio really came out this game. So early on, hold on. Even though Frio had the lead early, it really never felt like they were in the lead. It really just seemed like the Saints were missing the first quarter. The first quarter is really the only time, first half of the second quarter, Frio was looking decent. They was kind of coming out with pressure. Well, they were just making a few shots, bruh. Nothing was really too good about this game. From Frio, at least, the Saints just took a long time to get into it. Who's bro? Let me look up bro's name that had hella goals, man.
Jack Higgins.
Yeah, Jack Higgins, bro. Jack Higgins was turning up first quarter. First half, he had 4 first half. The Saints really got put on his back in the first half. Without him, I don't think they would have broke out the slump. Then second half, they came out. Max was like, all right, man, put me in the game, man. These boys ain't stopping shit for me no more. And Max really just got in there and shut shit down for the Saints, bro. Well, to Frio from the Saints. Them boys couldn't do shit after that. Frio just couldn't get on the board in the second half. But they were 5-1 at halftime. I think they finished.
Boys were getting frustrated.
Them boys finished 8-7, bro.
Damn.
Hell yeah, after they did get frustrated, couldn't fucking finish shit, bro. Them boy, Frio's ass, bro. I can't believe I tipped them, bro.
I did too, bro. I did too, man. But I did tip the Hawks, though. Shout out the Hawks.
Yeah, but that game was kind of maybe the worst game of the week, maybe, bro. Cause
I can't say because I ain't watched that game.
I wasn't too impressed with it. Max, I did like Max. I like Jack Higgins. It seemed like they were trying to go for who can score the most goals at times, but yeah, them boys was both inconsistent as shit. Couldn't hit goals. It wasn't the best game. We gonna say that.
I guess the worst game that I watched was the Essendon Brisbane. Or Hawks Sport, but not Collingwood Adelaide, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely an entertaining week though. I enjoyed it. Absolutely, man.
Oh, goofy shit?
Oh shit, I seen some goofy shit.
I do have one in mind, bro.
Hold on. I wrote it down. All right, so there was a time during the Brisbane Essendon game where there was a roll tip.
Yep.
And I forgot who it was. I think it might have been Zach Bailey who kicked it pretty deep. And the shit just started, it obviously had, you know, one of those rolls at the end. Full back from Essendon just went off like this. Casual as fuck, just did this. Didn't touch the ball at all. As if he touched it. And then you could see the gap between his finger and the ball, bro. Ball rolls in for a goal, bro. And this dude's just like, what? It's like, bro, what the fuck you mean, what? Yo, dumbass.
This nigga was just casual as shit and just he was right next to it, bro. Like, that nigga ain't reach out. I don't even understand what was going through his mind, bro. That shit was funny as fuck.
That shit was funny as hell.
I don't even know if I have some goofy shit to top that, bro.
There's another one, bro. I can find it. I wrote it down, but I didn't.
Some goofy shit. This nigga Max King.
Oh, missing the fucking
ball. Like, I think he was trying to snap it or something, bro. And it was gonna be for a goal. He was right in front of the goal square. Not right in front of the goal square, but he was inside the 50 in front of the goal square. And it should have been just an easy little snap around the body, and this boy just completely missed the ball. Yeah, it was bad, bro.
I'm about to find this shit, bro. Niggas tripping. This is what I got.
The Sydney game when bro was should have took a rush behind, but he kept it inbounds, and then
that happened twice this week, bro. Collingwood did the same shit, bro.
I gotta give it to Sydney, bro, because they was goddamn running into each other. Niggas fucking shoulder to shoulder. This nigga got the ball like just sitting right in front of the fucking carton. Sitting right in front of the fucking center, the big sticks and shit. Just what am I doing? Type shit. And then he kicks it. I think it's an intercept mark, and they got a goal out there, bitch, bro. There's definitely gotta be my goofy shit around. And
I will say, bro, that's a tactic I think people are starting to do, because when you don't put pressure on them, they can't just rush behind. Yeah, so folks are just starting to stand there, and it's a standoff, which like, fuck you talking about? Fuck you looking at? Like Diddy and the other bro. Y'all know the Diddy meme? Y'all know about that. Y'all might call him Puffy out there.
Yeah, man. That's this week recap, man.
Hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Obviously, like you said, man, had to overcome some obstacles, man. So hopefully y'all got a good feel of what happened this week, man. Good gist of it. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, man. Do all the YouTube shit, man. Fuck with us, support us, man. We got the Patreon going, all that, you know. Whatever you feel is necessary, man. We appreciate all the support that y'all give us, man. We'll be back this week coming up to catch most of the games this week with y'all, man. So
yeah, for sure, shit. I'm sign this up. We probably gonna be live too. All right, y'all.